Ancient cults and their rituals form a fascinating and mystifying component of history, often shrouded in enigma and intrigue. At their core, ancient cults are organized groups devoted to a particular set of religious or mythological beliefs, typically centered around the worship of a deity or deities. These groups were bound by a common devotion and shared ceremonies designed to honor their gods, ensure favor, or seek divine intervention. Rituals conducted by these cults were often elaborate and shrouded in secrecy, creating a mixture of fear and respect among surrounding communities. Understanding these ancient rituals is crucial as they often reveal much about the societies that practiced them, shedding light on their beliefs, fears, and cultural priorities. For instance, the Eleusinian Mysteries of ancient Greece, dedicated to Demeter and Persephone, were pivotal in offering initiates a promise of life after death, reflecting the human quest for understanding the afterlife. Similarly, the rituals of the Mithraic Mysteries in ancient Rome symbolize the values of strength and loyalty, having been especially popular among Roman soldiers. These ancient cults have captivated historians, anthropologists, and the public alike, not only because of the intrigue surrounding their practices, but because they challenge our understanding of spirituality and society. The perplexing nature of these rituals compels us to question the depth of human faith and the lengths to which people will go to establish a connection with the divine. However, the study of these cults is not without controversy. Many rituals were symbolic and spiritual, yet others involved activities now condemned, such as sacrifices. The secrecy surrounding these cults has also led to misinterpretations and sensationalized accounts, creating a narrative that alternates between reverence and revulsion. Moreover, the discussion of ancient cults often sparks debate regarding the boundaries between religion and cult, which can sometimes appear hazy. From a broader perspective, analyzing ancient cults provides insight into the evolution of religious practices and the societal need for ritual, contributing to our understanding of how contemporary religions and cultural traditions have developed. In relation to the larger topic of sinister rituals, these ancient practices connect to other aspects by setting the historical precedent for questions about human morality, cultural expression, and the influence of fear and the unknown in shaping societal structures. Together, they help construct a complex tapestry of human religious experience, echoing through time and continuously inviting interpretation and reflection. The origins and historical context of cult practices refers to the foundational elements and background that explain how ancient cults emerged, developed, and established their rituals. Cults have been an integral part of human history, often arising in response to cultural, social, and religious needs. They typically consist of a group of people intensely devoted to a belief, figure, or deity, often engaging in distinctive rituals and practices deemed esoteric or exclusive. Understanding the origins and historical context is crucial because it allows us to comprehend why these practices were significant and how they were perceived in their respective societies. This perspective provides a lens to study the human psyche and societal dynamics that led to the formation of such groups. One poignant example of ancient cult practices is the Eleusinian Mysteries of Greece, which celebrated Demeter and Persephone. This cult was shrouded in secrecy, and its rituals promised initiates rewards in the afterlife. It underscores the human desire for understanding life's mysteries and assurance of a favorable afterlife, a common theme across many ancient cult structures. Another example is the Mithraic Mysteries, a Roman cult worshipping Mithras. This cult involved intricate rituals and grades of initiation, appealing especially to soldiers with its themes of loyalty and brotherhood. These examples illustrate the varied and complex motivations behind cult formations, whether they were based on spiritual enlightenment or social camaraderie. Supporters often emphasize that these rituals, enigmatic as they were, provided a sense of identity and community to their followers. They fulfilled psychological and social needs, acting as a powerful salve in uncertain and turbulent times. However, challenges and controversies surround this topic. Cult practices often evoke a sense of fear and misunderstanding, largely due to their secretive nature and perceived deviation from mainstream societal norms. Alternative viewpoints suggest that the label of cult itself is often pejorative, historically used to marginalize and suppress groups that threatened established religious or political orders. The historical context of cult practices serves as a connective thread to other aspects of this topic, influencing modern interpretations of cult activity. It helps us explore how rituals have morphed or remained consistent over time, shaping contemporary understandings of religious and non-mainstream groups. Ultimately, this foundational element helps us explore the broader tapestry of human interaction with the divine and the social constructs that define devotion and belonging. Core beliefs and symbolism in cult rituals are fundamental elements that define the practices and ideologies within ancient cults. In this context, core beliefs refer to the essential doctrines and ideologies that guide the activities and mentality of cult members. Symbolism, on the other hand, involves the use of symbols, rituals, and icons to convey deeper meanings and invoke the divine or supernatural. These symbols and rituals are crucial as they serve not only to unify the members, but also to communicate and embody the cult's ideologies. The significance of core beliefs and symbolism cannot be overstated when examining ancient cults. These elements are the backbone of cult activity, giving rituals their sacred character and reinforcing the spiritual and emotional engagement of the participants. Through repetitive enactments of rituals laden with symbolism, such as sacrifice or sacred chants, members connect with their deities or spiritual forces, enhancing the cohesion and distinct identity of the group. Consider the Mithraic Mysteries, an ancient Roman cult that emphasized the duality of light and darkness. Core beliefs centered around fraternity, loyalty, and the cosmic battle between good and evil. Symbolism played a major role in their rituals, particularly with the depiction of Mithras slaying a bull, representing the triumph of light over darkness. Similarly, the Dionysian mysteries in ancient Greece revolved around the god Dionysus, whose rites involved symbolic acts like wine consumption and ecstatic dance to induce spiritual enlightenment and a sense of divine presence. Opinions supporting the importance of core beliefs and symbolism in cult rituals often highlight their role in providing meaning, purpose, and community to adherents. They also argue these elements help individuals grapple with existential themes such as life and death, creating a more profound engagement with the spiritual. However, challenges arise with the interpretation of these beliefs and symbols. Controversies often stem from misinterpretations or the exoticization of cult practices, sometimes resulting in a stigma around cults as dangerous or malevolent. Alternative viewpoints might suggest a more nuanced understanding of these practices as similar to mainstream religions in their search for meaning and structure. Moreover, core beliefs and symbolism influence other aspects of cults, such as organizational structure, membership dynamics, and interaction with broader society. The rituals serve as a medium through which ideological tenets of the cult are continually reinforced, shaping how members perceive their role within both the cult and the larger world. This underscores their integral role in the intricate web of beliefs and practices that characterize ancient cults. In exploring the sinister ritual elements and techniques within ancient cults, we delve into fascinating yet unsettling practices that were embedded in the fabric of these clandestine groups. These rituals were an intricate blend of symbolic actions, chants, sacrifices, and ceremonies designed to invoke otherworldly powers, commune with deities, or manipulate supernatural forces for various purposes, from healing to exerting control over others. The sinister aspect arises from the often dark or malevolent intentions behind these rituals, which sometimes involved human or animal sacrifices. The significance of understanding these ritualistic elements lies in their impact on both historical contexts and modern perceptions of occult practices. By examining the nature of these rituals, we gain insight into how ancient societies operated, driven by fear, superstition, and the quest for power, and how these practices have echoed through time, influencing contemporary occult themes in literature, film, and folklore. Two illustrative examples highlight this concept. First, the Druids of ancient Celtic societies were known for conducting elaborate ceremonies which allegedly included human sacrifices to appease their gods and ensure bountiful harvests. This practice, as described by Roman sources, has fueled the modern image of Celtic mysticism and dark ritualism. The second example is the ancient Aztec rituals, notably their human sacrifices dedicated to gods like Huitzilopochtli. These offerings were believed necessary to sustain the universe's balance, a disturbing testimony to the lengths these cultures would go to secure divine favor. While these historical perspectives provide a basis for understanding, they also invite scrutiny and debate. Skeptics argue that accounts of sinister rituals were often exaggerated by rivals or colonizers to justify conquest and demonize indigenous practices. This raises ethical considerations about interpreting these historical narratives and respecting cultural beliefs. From another viewpoint, some believe these practices were misinterpreted religious events viewed through the lens of Eurocentric bias, challenging dominant narratives and asking us to consider what truly distinguished sinister intent from sacred tradition. Ultimately, the sinister ritual elements and techniques serve as a lens through which we examine the broader motif of ancient cultism's influence on societal norms and religious practices across time. This exploration prompts us to reflect on humanity's complex relationship with the unknown, as the shadows of these ancient rituals continue to cast an enigmatic influence on contemporary culture, sparking curiosity, condemnation, and fascination alike.